yeah, LaserDisc is just one of those formats, kind of like beta to me. Like beta is not something that I really seek out or collect. I don't own one LaserDisc. I don't own one beta tape. But LaserDisc, for some reason, I guess, like I said, I didn't grow up with LaserDisc. Like I grew up on VHS. I grew up with the VCR and VHS tape, and that was that. And I guess LaserDisc back in the day was kind of the original, like, uh, nerd for. I guess it's what 4K would be today. Like for most people, like most normal people, they're just like, oh, DVD's fine. Like, I want to watch a movie, I'll put in the DVD. I'm fine. Or they just stream it now. But if you're wanting to buy something physically, a lot like most normal people now are just like, DVD's fine. And then some people like Blu-rays, but it's the real trolls, as George would say, that get into collecting the 4K releases of stuff now, I think, which is why they're kind of discontinuing making 4K players and Blu-ray players in general. I think I've been hearing that more and more. A lot of different companies are not making them anymore. Um, so I feel like Laserdisc was kind of that in the 90s. Like if you were a hardcore film fan, if you were a fan of, just a film fan in general, horror films, whatever, like Laserdisc was the format to own. Because it looked better. I mean, it was like DVD before DVD. We're talking, early 90s, late 80s. Just the quality was better, the sound was better. But to me, like growing up, I was, poor white kid from Kentucky. Like when we got a VCR, it was a big deal, and I was just like, holy shit. So Laserdisc really never caught on the way like VHS did. Like VHS was pretty undefeated at that time, and I think DVD came along and killed VHS. And DVD was basically just a smaller version of a Laserdisc, and I think that was the thing because Laserdiscs looked like records, and in the '90s you got to remember like vinyl records were done, they were out. Like nobody listened to vinyl records anymore. It was all about CDs. It was smaller, compact, hence the name compact disc, I guess. But it was smaller, compact, easier to to store than just the big laser disc. I mean, I think that had a role in it too. And I just think people were just like, yeah, why would I spend this money on a laser disc when I can just buy the VHS for cheaper? I don't know, but so yeah, I never grew up with Laserdisc. I've still to this day never watched a Laserdisc. I don't own one. I don't own Dawn on Laserdisc. I don't own Day on Laserdisc. I don't know. I don't. And if I come across some at like a flea market or something, I'll go through them and look. And if there's something amazing, I'll buy it. But very rarely do you come across people selling Laserdisc. And when they do, it's usually like, an officer and a gentleman or something like that, which is, a fine movie, but nothing that I would go out of my way to own on Laserdisc. But an Elite Entertainment would actually they did the Night of the Living Dead. They did Dawn of the Dead, I believe. So Elite, when I talk about boutique labels, like the original boutique label, I kind of feel like Elite Entertainment was the first quote unquote boutique label. Because they were kind of selling niche products on a niche format to a niche audience. And that to me is kind of, you think of like a Vinegar Syndrome or, a lot of these companies now, and that's exactly what they do. Um, so, so yeah, I was kind of felt like Elite. I kind of feel like, unless anybody wants to correct me, maybe there's something before Elite Entertainment, but I feel like Elite was kind of the granddaddy of boutique labels, so to speak. So what do you guys think? Are you guys Laserdisc collectors, Laserdisc fans, memories of Laserdisc? Because like it's just one of those things that like not a lot of people talk about. Not a lot of people have real passion for Laserdisc. Like I know a lot of people collect Laserdisc, but I don't. It's not. I don't know anybody like even like physical media collectors. I don't know very many that are just like I'm hardcore all about Laserdisc. So I don't know. And again, I think for me, it's just because I didn't grow up with it. I have no nostalgia, no sentimental connection to it.